Hi, I'm Lynn Shotwell, President and CEO of Worldwide ERC. I'm delighted to be here today with Roberto Suarez Santos, Secretary General of the International Organization of Employers. Our organizations have long been committed to migration policies that facilitate the global movement of the talent needed to advance business interests and economies and develop a thriving global economy for all of us. We recently conducted groundbreaking research on the role of migration in the pharmaceutical and life sciences industries. We went out and talked to 153 senior HR professionals who are responsible for recruiting and deploying the talent that they need to develop the life-saving solutions for all of us. Even before the pandemic, we knew that all industries were competing for the best talent in artificial intelligence, bioinformatics, engineering, chemistry, and other skills such as the ability to negotiate, collaborate, and communicate both across teams and across borders. Our research found that while 43% of companies are finding enough talent within their global region to meet their needs, 2/3 of them need to relocate and hire staff across international boundaries. This is true even as we've been able to take advantage of remote work, and 61% of the companies said that they would be expanding their remote work capabilities. There's no exclusivity between the ability and the need to hire people and move them internationally and the ability to work and conduct research remotely. We argue that governments should create safe pathways to talent, not erect barriers. Governments must participate in removing or minimizing the obstacles to global talent mobility to allow companies to better position their businesses, their workforce, and their economies to compete in the worldwide marketplace. I'd like to now turn it over to Roberto to talk a little bit more about how we should go about developing a public policy framework that supports work from anywhere, is agile, and that meets the needs of employers and employees in today's world.
Thank you very much, Lynn. I'm Roberto Suarez. As you said, I am the Secretary General of the IOE. IOE represents more than 15 million companies through more than 150 representative and independent business organizations in more than 140 countries. And we are delighted to have partnered with Worldwide ERC on this research paper. IOE dedicates much attention to the governance of migration, and that includes the mobility of top talent as well as lower skills workers. Before the pandemic, we have witnessed an increased tendency from governments to restrict immigration policies by closing borders to foreign nationals and spreading negative rhetoric on migration. Our members, which are national employees organizations, and their own members, their own companies, suffer much from these restrictive measures. But the pandemic did not obviously help. The mobility just stopped and business operations suffer from the lack of access to skills, among so many other issues to be dealt with. The finding of this research highlights the economic impact that restrictive migration policies have on business, but also on jobs. The case study of the pharmaceutical and life science industries is to the point. As the world is looking to have access to vaccines, the industry needs to work at full speed with the required skills to develop, manufacture, and distribute vaccines and therapeutics. Many industries today, not only the pharmaceutical and life science sector, needs access to global talent to operate international facilities that solve global challenges. And I want to insist on that. The challenge is really global. If we just focus within our just national framework, we will be failing. Given the large scales of operations of business, which rely very much on manufacturing, on logistics, on distribution facilities in many areas of the world, Latin America, and Europe, Africa, Asia, Americas, Middle East, supply chains are now at risk. no matter where the headquarters is located of these companies. The movement of skills across borders bears the effects on economies. It's hardly impossible. It's true that it's hardly impossible to collect data to demonstrate the benefits of this movement on the domestic population, at least on the short term. But we are observing that investing in the right skills at the right positions reduce turnover. Companies don't spend on a necessary recruitment process, and also increase the productivity, increase the company growth, increase job creation. And at the end, that really benefits labor markets at national and global level. In terms of migration governance globally, we also observe that legal frameworks for skills migration is very often blurred into broad migration frameworks, which encompass too many categories, and it makes hard for companies to attract the skills when they are needed. We in IOE, but not just us, all the members of what we call the Business Advisory Group on Migration, which is hosted by the IOE, we are looking forward to promote this research and also, more importantly, to take action on the basis of the identified learned lessons. Thank you very much to ERC for their partnership, for their collaboration. We look forward also to work together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roberto. We are delighted to have had this opportunity to work with the IOE. For anyone who'd like to learn more about our research and about the role that international migration played in developing the COVID-19 vaccinations, please visit either the IOE or Worldwide ERC websites.